What is going on, guys? It finally happened today. We finally did get our cup announcement. We are going into the Jungle Cup, which is calling for some rearrangement here. So let's get instead of trying to draw some crappy symbols up here, I'm just gonna throw a little diagram up here with our 4 typings. So we do have normal, grass, electric, and bug typing, which is pretty awesome. Now there are a few restrictions. The only big one is kind of Tropius. Like, Tropius is just not allowed in the cup whatsoever, which is okay, I guess. I mean, it wasn't really too big of a problem in the Tempest Cup whenever he was there. I mean, he was like top dog in the Tempest Cup, but like he was easily counterable, especially with like a decent ice typing, which I guess that might be the reason that he's not going to be featured here, because there's not too many ice options that we could really go for, if any, out of these typings. I mean, what? We'd have a Bomb of Snow and Snover that come to mind off the top of my head, but outside of that, there's not like any ice bugs. There's not any ice electrics, and there might be a couple of ice moves in the normal typing, but not really. So maybe that's Tropius's reason for being banned, which is a-okay. And then we do have a ban with the Burmy family, which includes Burmy and all of the cloaks of the Wormadam and Mothim. Is that how it's pronounced? Those are actually also banned along with Tropius, but that is actually it, which is pretty nice. That leaves open quite a few Pokemon, and I'll show the diagram here. So basically, we do have normal, grass, electric, and bug, and this is kind of cool. So the normal typing is just now being introduced into PvP. This is the first cup that it's been featured in. It's been featured in like the open cups, like between Worlds and a couple of other things. But I mean, basically this is the first themed cup that normal is actually appearing in. And then we have grass and bug, which actually, grass, electric, and bug, all from the Rainbow Cup coming off of that. So any of your Gen 1 and Gen 2s that you've powered up inside of those 3 typings will carry over into this cup, which is amazing. There's not a whole lot of like overlap here, which is what I really like. Bug is the only one that's super effective towards grass, but outside of that, that's kind of it. Now, of course, there are a lot of sub-typings that make a lot of sense here, because there are going to be some normal flying types that show up all over the place, which electric is there to help deal with that. Those normal flying types also will be good against the grass, and those flying types will also be kind of a stick towards the bug as well. So, whew, that is actually looking pretty nice. So let's actually look and let's take a look. I did already update the spreadsheet, which of course is always going to be linked in the description for you. If you want to go check that out, I have it updated with all of the information from the Jungle Cup announcement to kind of have all those Pokemon listed. Straight off the bat here, we're going to sort by bulk. And as you can see, Chansey and Blissey both being in the cup do make them the top bulkiest Pokemon with those insane stamina stats there, that 487 and 496, which is just insanely high. Then we do have Shuckle, Jumpluff, Munchlax, Lantern, Lickitung, Dunsparce. We're not going to go through all those. So basically you have some pretty big names in terms of bulk there, but I don't think all of those are gonna be like highly utilized. I don't think many people are gonna go after the Chansey and the Blissey or the Shuckle or anything like that. And then we do have on the stat product side a little bit more of a recommendation on which ones to use. Blissey could be useful, could be. I doubt many people are going to go with that, but it could be. Then we do have Jumpluff, Munchlax, Lantern, Dunsparce, Miltank, Noctowl, Credilli, Eradicate, Alolan, Snorlax, Fortress. All these are kind of starting to be duplicates here. It is nice to see that Fortress back. And we do have Illumise and Volbeat there, which is kind of cool. This spreadsheet is going to give you kind of like a rough idea. It's just got a lot of information that is pretty common that people ask for, like base stats, typings, move costs, max CP, like overall max CP in the actual league here with the perfect IV spreads. And then we do have some bulk numbers and some league stat product numbers, and then you do have all of their fast moves here. If you do switch over, at the bottom there will be a Jungle Cup formula page. These are all sorted by alphabetical order for every single Pokemon, but it actually goes in depth on each and every individual move, all of the move stats that you need to know, and then there's just some of these really old formulas that I used to use. Now let's actually switch over to our faithful PV Poke here. They already do have the Jungle Cup listed here, so let's actually take a look at some of these top Pokemon here. We do have Fortress rounding out at the top slot. This has already changed since I literally have been from my computer to recording this. So Fortress here, then we do have Vigoroth coming in at number 2. We do have Noctowl doing really well there, which I think Noctowl's going to be a pretty boss Pokemon. Then we do have both Graveler and Golem Alolan forms showing up here, which is great. Then we do have Magnezone, Scizor, Venusaur, Beedrill. One thing about the Golem and the Graveler, they're going to be hardcore countered by ground types, but there's not going to be that many ground type moves in the cup. Vigoroth should have Bulldoze, yeah, but they're going to go pretty uncontested with like that super duper weakness to ground. They still are going to have a weakness to fighting, but that's pretty interesting. Those are actually going to be really cool. Then we do have Magnezone, Scizor, Venusaur, Beedrill, Magneton, Pidgeot actually showing up here, which is pretty cool. Then we do have Vespiquen, that's nice. My boy Heracross. Hopefully Heracross has some sweet moves this month. He actually does have access to Earthquake, which would be nice. Speaking of the Graveler and the Golem situation there. Then we do have Cantonian Raichu, Lantern, Masquerain. That's pretty sweet. I do have a 1500 Masquerain there. Cradilly, Munchlax, Ivysaur, and then Geodude. And then my boy Scyther. So as you can see, I mean, this is pretty like diverse already. This is going in a crazy direction, and I'm actually like pretty much just shaking because I'm so excited. So where do we go from here? This is where it's up to you guys on what we look at first, because I'm not going to do a deep dive until tomorrow. I'm going to let you guys vote in the comment section. Drop any Pokemon that you want. I don't care if you even drop like 20 different Pokemon. I'll take them all and I'm going to put them in a spreadsheet and I'm going to stick them up so that you guys can vote on the Pokemon that you want to see. That way we can get these deep dives on a roll and we can get you the ones that you guys want to see the most. Let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments below. I'm going to go work on all of my graphics and all of the like back end stuff that shows up in the deep dives. So that is actually going to be it for this cup announcement, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember that if you like to like videos, you can do that, but if you don't, you could be that guy. Otherwise, let me know what you have to say down in those comments below, and until our next video, I will catch you then.